None of the feelings that come with the lies, heartbreak, betrayal, or really any other feeling that comes from the color palette of someone that has done us wrong has ever felt good. When that happens to us along our journey, we have to wrestle with feelings of anger, of grief, and even resentment. It's a story that's as old as time, and it's plagued every journey throughout history. When we thought that we knew better of the people that we let into our world, only to have them turn around and show us who they truly are. Just because it's a regular part of life doesn't make that moment when the carpet is pulled out from beneath us hurt any less, nor should it. Because so often it's a coin that we pay in life in order to have the good things out of this life. The connection with people in the world that's all around us. It's a desire that's written into our very DNA. That's why it feels so bitter when we have to pay that coin. In order for each of us to find the wisdom while we stand in the midst of that kind of rainstorm, when we hand over the coin, or we look at the person that wrote the transaction, we feel this overwhelming feeling of bitterness with the medicine of the moment. No one hands out a roadmap of how we must work through or tells us what we should not continue to carry along at all. Instead, we must decide, even as the rain is beating down upon us at a pace that may make it difficult to see within the moment. While we're standing there at the toll booth, we must pick a direction that we're going to walk now that that debt has been collected. And it's not a simple choice for any of us to make. If our decision was to go to a place that was on a map, however, we could simply walk there. The pain and the disdain that we feel along the way, it's very valid, but it would be gone because the destination on the map would make it so. And since we all had to take a moment and trust somebody who wrote a check that now claims our coin, we're looking at all the directions around us, wondering, what should we do? We must counsel with the voices of the North. While the North is the land of the cold and bitter weather, it's there that we can find the embodiment of forgiveness. Even though the tundras of the North are not lands that any of us would choose to walk, we must still do so for the visual reminders that are seen in a state of the land that is deep within hibernation, giving strength to the life that rests beneath the ice and the snow. In this land, there's no room for the stories that are spun within the mind. That's because there's only room for healing, recovery, and the things that prepare her living beings for the next chapter that lies ahead once the sheets of ice have rescinded underneath grandfather sun's warming rays of spring. To see and feel the slumbers of winter is to remind ourselves that even though someone has wronged us with their actions or behaviors, We are far better served within our time to not be like the person that brought these troubles to our door. We must instead offer up our resolve and fill it full of mountaintops of compassion, to understand that their actions were aimed at us, but simply a reflection of who they are. They could help themselves no longer, and therefore they were simply being themselves. And through their actions, they brought a choice with them to our doorstep. Do we lose ourselves and turn away from the journey because of one simple broken bootlace? Or do we repair that boot with whatever tools are at hand and continue the climb with no less weight upon our back than which we began? To walk the road of forgiveness is no easy adventure, but it is one that we must continue to put our boots upon the trail of forgiveness, which is marked with the words, "I understand and I forgive you for being your true self."